Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm making this video to just give you a little bit of insight into what it's been like for me to work with Elicia and Doug Miller, and also to just talk to you about the different programs and things that I have done with them, because I know that when I first started looking into working with Elicia, I was a little bit overwhelmed and not sure what workshop or program or whatever would be best for me. So hopefully this will help you too. Before I worked with Elicia and Doug, I hadn't really done any real therapy before. I had gone to, a couple of sessions when I was younger, but nothing that I really put myself into. And just a tiny bit of background on me and what I've struggled with. I have struggled pretty much my whole life with being a perfectionist, overworking, being a workaholic, always focused on achieving big goals in business, in my life, and deep down, I was never really feeling fulfilled, and I wasn't able to be present with my kids because I was always so worried about work or other things, and with my husband, and I wasn't happy. That's not how I wanted to live. So I started with Alicia's inner child session, and we did that actually over Skype. I had never done anything like this before, but I knew from the moment that I found Elicia, I read her story, I just knew she was the person that was going to be able to help me. And Doug too. I love you too, Doug. But we did that inner child session just over Skype, and it's not a very long session, but it changed my life. It really did. Just helped me to create awareness of what I was dealing with, what I needed to work on, and start to create this connection with myself. And I did that inner child session in preparation to attend their actual in-person Core Emotional Healing experiential workshop. And I attended that in Atlanta, and I actually made another video that talks in a lot more detail about my experience with that workshop in particular. So I'm sure that's on the website somewhere and you can find it. But I just needed a big breakthrough, and I felt like I knew that workshop was the thing that was going to do it for me. And it truly, truly did. I walked out of that workshop a totally different person. I am present with my kids. I have changed my business. I've done all these things for me that have made me so much happier than I have ever been in my life. And that's all because of that workshop that I went to. And after the workshop, I knew that I was just kind of scratching the surface of a happiness and fulfillment that I wanted to continue to dive into. And so some time went by, and it took me a little bit of time to sort of process everything from the workshop and just wrap my mind around it. But after a little bit of time, I realized that, and Elicia has talked about this before with me, it's not a one-time deal. You don't go to a workshop and you are healed for the rest of your life. It totally did change my life and change the course of the rest of my life in a huge way. But at that point, I really wanted to continue doing the work and continue to feel better and better. So I started doing a couple of private sessions with Elicia, and they're just so helpful. She's so supportive, and if you've worked with her, then you already know that. And at the same time, I started doing her online recorded workshop series. I think they call it the Core Emotional Healing, recorded workshops. And those workshops have been the perfect complement to working with Elicia privately, because I can do the workshop, I can watch the video, I can do the journaling. It takes a lot of you to do this work. You can't just do a session. Like, I can't just do a session and expect Elicia to fix everything, just talking. It's really, I've learned that it's really up to me. And so going through those workshops, and the ones that I have done are the Why Your Symptoms Are a Gift, the Inner Child, the Process to Heal Your Inner Child, and the workshop about triggers. Your triggers are a gift. And I'm working now on a workshop on codependency and boundaries. And they're not very long, but I will say, like, there's no way that we would be able to get through all of that insight and all that material just in a one-on-one session every week. And so I go through the material, and then during my private sessions with Elicia, which right now I've been doing them weekly, that gives me a chance to like connect with my inner child, work through things that have come up for me just in day-to-day life, things that have triggered me, I feel blocked on, things I feel resistance about, and we're able to sort of take the tools that I'm learning in those workshops, and she's teaching me, how to put them into action. So I've learned a lot about how I have inherently protected myself and repressed my emotions. And so she gives me exercises to do on my own. And so, yeah, this has really been a journey, but I really wanted to kind of talk through the different things. Like, they have in-person workshop, they have the online workshops, and then one-on-one work. And I am so grateful that they have all three of those things, because I feel like it's the perfect combination of exactly what I needed and still need. And so if you're trying to kind of figure out like what option you need to do, like, obviously you can do a consultation with them and they will talk through like what you need to start with. But I just wanted to sort of convey that the combination of all of those things for me has been awesome. And they really do complement each other. And I know that I'm building the tools now so that I can continue like doing this work on my own throughout the years. So I feel like, the in-person workshops, doing private sessions remotely, so phone or, a video chat, and then doing the online workshops and kind of the self-study part of it is really like a complete like ecosystem, a complete support system. And for me, each one has been like essential to just feeling like educated and empowered in my healing, and to sort of holding me accountable to doing the work and really making the changes that I need to make in my life. And so I can't imagine not having gone through all of these things with them. And like, I can't imagine being in my old patterns that I was in and, not being the mom, the wife, the me that I want to be. So I hope that is helpful if you're trying to understand how the different pieces play together, but they really do all complement each other. And I would definitely recommend going through, the online workshops, definitely, and at least starting those as you're starting to do like one-on-one sessions as well, because you're going to get a lot more out of your time, out of your money, and just out of the entire process when you're doing all of that in tandem. So at least that has been my experience, and I am so thankful for all of it. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.